The Deep Horizon Gulf oil spill has caused massive amounts of this resource to contaminate the coast, creating environmental panic in the United States and all over the world. The disaster not only presents short-term issues, such as polluted beaches and immediate death of the local marine populace, but may also have long-term effects, endangering much of the aquatic life in the Gulf of Mexico. The effects on the food web are one such concern.
Headlines, because we want to start with the latest on the crisis in the Gulf, where the news continues to get worse, if you can believe it. We're now getting word that much of the oil washing onto marshes along the coast could prove impossible to remove. This is why they were supposed to.
Our group is focusing on the impact of this disaster on the base of the food web. Invertebrates such as plankton and fish larvae are impacted by the concentration of oil, the type of oil, and even by how long it has been in the water. Researchers have documented that the foundation of the food web has certainly been affected and have warned that if such changes keep occurring, an alteration of marine life up through the ecosystem could occur and potentially devastate the region's multi-billion-dollar fishing.
Researchers have found dead pyrosomes covering the surface of the Gulf in and around the spill site. In June of 2010, thousands were found afloat near the site of the spill and up to 10 miles away. Scientists have said that they believe the organisms have been killed by the toxins in the oil. The creatures could be floating to the surface because they have absorbed gas bubbles as they filtered water for food. Pyrosomes, gelatinous organisms fed on by sea turtles and tuna, have been suffering at the spill site, and scientists worry that the deaths of these creatures could have a ripple effect on the food web of the Gulf's fishing industry. According to scientists from the University of South Florida, the pyroplankton calling the Gulf of Mexico their home are also in very poor health following the disaster, leading scientists to further conclude that the base of the food web was indeed being compromised. These microscopic primary producers have been deprived of the sunlight as a result of the oil slick on the surface of the water and are consequently being repressed. The concern of scientists is that a resurfacing of an organism like pyroplankton at the foundation of the aquatic food web could cascade upon the ecosystem. The well-being of the pyroplankton has an effect on all the larger creatures it feeds on, it's fed on, which include the smallest zooplankton, crabs, and multi-ton whales. Small fish and invertebrates also feed on pyroplankton, and these smaller animals are then consumed by larger ones, where their potential for bioaccumulation exists. With regard to the cleanup efforts, there are projects being put into place. BP has committed to repairing the harm that the spill caused to the Gulf of Mexico and the Gulf Coast environment. Close monitoring and investigation is needed to make sure that the region is repaired and protected.